Hello, my dear students. Welcome to this online lecture on television program production. Well, my name is Anamika and I am working as an assistant professor in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication at IIMT Group of Colleges. Well, today's session is all about television program production. But before that, we need to know what the television industry is. Well, we all are very much aware about the television industry, that how massive and how successful it is in the field of entertainment, especially. So everybody is aware about television. We have seen history of television, how it came with a big device, and today we have this very handy in our mobile phone. So let us talk about different genres of television program that we have today. Well, in initial days, we were not having varieties of television programs. Genre means the content, the emotion of your program that you have. So, if we talk about that time when television was introduced in India, there were specific programs that was based on the target audience, and those were agriculture based, education based. Later on, when the television was having its branches everywhere, people were having television in their village, or a group of people were having television to watch. So they used to have films, movies, they used to have some musical programs. Like if you remember, there were a program called Chitrahar or Rangoli. There was a program called Bharat Ki Khoj that was history based. And there were other programs as well, like Krishi Darshan, that was completely based on farming or agriculture. So that these programs are known as specific audience programs. Like that, we have different genre of television production. We will come to know about those programs that we have in detail later on in the same lecture. But before that, let us know what are the stages of production, what are the things that we need to make any program. Well, the first thing that you have to keep in mind is you need to follow the right pattern, the correct sequence to do anything. Either it is to make just a tea or to make a television program. If you are missing any ingredient and adding that later on in your dish to eat, so that will spoil, that will make the taste worst instead of making it delicious or yummy. So let us know about the stages of production. Well, the first, or I should say, the initial stage to do anything to make a program in television is pre production. As it sounds, pre production. What should we have in pre production? We will come to know later on, just after a minute. But let us understand, or let us know what will be the next stage, that is production. And next and the last stage that you need to follow is the stage of post production. If we talk about the pre production, so pre production is the first or the initial stage that we need to follow to do any work. If you are making any video, if you are making any project, the things that you need to do, the task or responsibilities that you have. For an example, if you are making a film or you are making a package, a program, or a video, what you need to do, first thing is you will think about the context, you will think about the genre, you will think about what it is all about. If I'm saying you need to make a video, you will ask, ma'am, what will be the subject? Should I take it on my own or you will provide? So the subject selection of your topic will be under pre-production stage. Then, if I give you any particular topic that you need to make a video on environment, to make that video, you will think, what location should I choose to make that video? Then you will think about the equipments, what kind of camera you need, what kind of microphone you need. So, the required things that you need will be under pre production stage. And there are other things like who will be the people to have role in your video, in your film, like the casting crew, or what will be the script, what will be the monologue, what will be the dialogues. So these all comes under the first stage that is known as pre-production stage. The next stage that we have is production or stage. Once you are ready with your requirements, once you are ready with the things that you need, you are ready for filming, you are ready for shoot, you are ready with your lighting, you have your sound recording things, so you can go ahead, you can do further things along with the things that you have already. So production is the stage where you produce things. If you have thing in your mind, this is the topic, this is the location, these are the equipments, these are the resources that you have, then you can use all of them and you can start doing your thing. Once you are done with them, then the final stage arises, that is post production stage. Well, as it sounds, post means later. After the production stage, you have the later stage known as post production stage. What are the objectives of post production? If you did something on your best, but to make the better version of that, to make the best version of that, you might be having some lackage. There must be lack of something, maybe the good audio, maybe few effects, maybe the correctness of something. So in the post production stage, what you can do is you can verify and you can beautify also. So these verification and beautification makes things more clearer, more beautiful, and it will be bestest version of your outcome that you will have. So the post production stage is the final stage where you can go for visual effects, editing, and color grading. If we talk about any movie, for example, the Bahubali and other movies, Harry Potter, or any movie that you really like most, so you will see the script writing, how was that, what was the location, what were the props, what was the budget, how much they earned, and at last, if there was just a scene that was filmed at a very simple background, just like a chroma or any just a small studio, or maybe on a blank land, a vacant property, you will see later on they edited something. After the editing, they used VFX, they had visual effects, illustrations, graphics, and other things that made it even more beautiful. Like Bahubali, I mentioned because there is a work of VFX. So you will find out in the movie how they made it if you will watch the making videos as well. Okay, so these are the three stages that you need to follow in a correct sequence, and that is really, really important, not only for the television program but for anything. If you are studying something, you started from grade 1 and then you went to grade 12, and then you went to your grad, post grad, and higher education. If you must have followed a wrong sequence, for example, first you are going for 8th standard, then you are studying the 4th standard, so there will be a problem. There will be many difficulties that you will face. You will not have the basics of mathematics, you will not have base of your science or any other subject that you are studying or you are pursuing. So there will be problem because you did not start from the basic. If you do not know what is the budget of your film, what is the budget of your video, so there will be problem because there might be possibilities that the budget will be higher than you can afford. Okay, so these are the very important things that you need to keep in mind before taking any project or before doing any project, that you need to have the correct sequence of anything. Here we are talking about the stages of production. So first you will go for pre-production, the second you will have the production work, and the last but not the least will be the post-production. Post-production is not just the final stage, we have other also, but these three are called the major stages of production. If we talk about few words that we have in journalism are very, very important. Like we have a word bite. If we talk about this word, so we have different meanings, we have different spellings as well. Okay, if we talk about the term bite and we ask to a person who is specialized in English language, so they will say bite means to cut, like a dog bites a man. So here it means to cut is bite. If we talk about a person who is specialized not in English language but in computer applications, so they will say byte is a unit. And we measure that in bits too, like kilogram in gram, byte is equals to a specific number, 1024, I guess, bits. So we have different meaning. If we talk about the same term in journalism, in media, so bite means a short interview when there are news programs and we are asking for an opinion from our audience who are there while having any shows shoot, while filming any program. If there are a lot of people who are there as an audience and they have their own opinion to say on the same topic that you have, so that will be mentioned as a short interview. In journalism terminological term, we call it bite. So you must have known after listening this that we have different meaning in different sectors, different fields. So there are many terminological words that we have in television production as well. Like if we can talk about the term director, we all know about the term director. Director means the person who give direction. But what is the purpose? What is the role of director in television production? Is a television director is the person who is responsible for creating vision and overall production of a TV program. It means that what will be the vision, what will be the context of the program will be decided only by the director. There are many directors we have. You must have seen films like Sanjay Leela Bhansali's film Padmavat and other movies. So you must be aware about many directors. So if we talk about the television programs, so you will see there are multiple directors we have in India as well who are doing tremendous job. Okay, so now let us talk about the second term that we have, that is producer. Well, producer, there is the meaning hidden inside the word only, produce, who produce things. But it's not about the manufacturer or about the person who will just produce something. Here it means the person who oversees the logistics and financial aspects of a TV program. It means that the first thing that we discussed in the pre-production stage is here that you can come through. It means that the logistics, the requirements, the financial aspects, what will be the budget of your video, of your program will be decided by the producer, will be taken care by the producer here. Okay, so for example, you have 100 crore rupees to make a film or to make a project that can be a Hollywood project as well, because VFX and animation takes a lot of money. That's why I mentioned 100 crores. Well, it's not very easy to spend this much for everybody. Okay, so here producer will be responsible for everything. We must have seen that a person for example, there are many actors as well who are doing great job, they are earning well, and now they are also working as producer. Like recently I watched a movie of Ajay Devgan. So Ajay Devgan is working as an actor, but he's also working as a producer. He can give his money to make a video, that is a film, so they can invest here. They are having that sense, that's why, and they are doing great job, I must say. So here producer means a person who takes care of logistics, who takes care of all the financial things. All right, so let's move forward to the next term we have in media is camera operator. We all are aware about the camera, that is an equipment, that is a device which is used to shoot, which is used for filming, for photography as well, for videography as well. And there are different types of camera. We will not go deeply into that as our lecture is based on the production stages and television programs. So camera operators is a term that we might have heard, you might have heard. So, who are camera operator and what do they do? If we talk about that, so camera operator is the person who operates the camera during filming. Camera operator is a person who will take care of the camera when you will be in front of the camera. They will handle. There is not like they will just switch on or switch off. Uh, kind of thing they will do. No, it's not just that. There are a lot of things that they need to take care about, the focus, about the things that if there is need to blur the background, they will do that. If there is the need to set the frame, they will do that as well. The panning thing and other things, there are a lot of things that they need to do. And there are the people who works as camera person, we call them photojournalist as well. There is a term most of the people say, like a photographer, you must have heard, or cameramen. So it's not just cameramen, let me tell you, it's not just limited to men. There are a lot of women as well. There are a lot of ladies who are working as camera person. So the new term that you can use for everybody is camera person, or the camera operator is the person who will listen to the directions of a person, the director, the producer. They will tell them what to do. So they will do as they will hear, they will listen. Okay, so they are just following the commands and doing their best to operate a camera. The next term that you have is sound engineer. We also have an engineer in journalism. What do they do? If we talk about the sound, there is audio that really plays an important role. If you will watch a film or a television program as well, you will see if there is just monologues, there is just dialogues, and there is no music, so you will feel awful. You will not even have much interest into that. You will be less interested. And if there is not audio, even I would love to tell you that the movies that we had earlier were mute, were audio free. There were no audio in those movies. There were just some drama. Okay, they were just actions. Okay, you must have heard about the Alamara, the first, audio movie, and there were movies of Raja Harishchandra. There were just few actions. There were no monologues or nothing. Later on, we had music added to our albums, to our films, and that made this more interesting to watch, to hear. So as sound is important in radio, same it plays an important role in television as well. All right, so sound engineer are the people. Sound engineer is the position of a person who's responsible for capturing and mixing the audio during filming. All right, we have seen many, live programs as well. You must have watched, you must have seen. So there is music. You must have seen cricket match, you must have seen other sports activities. So at the back there is just some, voice, there is some noise of clapping, and that really soothes our ears. So we think that, that's real. So sometimes it is mixing, and that has been done by the sound engineer. So they are equally important as other people. Let's talk about the script now. What is a script? Whenever we watch a movie and there is a time to give a review to a movie, so we all are so excited. How is the script? Everybody is like, how is the script? How is the acting? So apart from acting, apart from the performance, it is important that you must have a good script. A script just doesn't mean that there will be monologues, there will be just dialogues. We all think like that, most of us. Okay, so script means there will be direction given, where to stand, what to say, what will be the angle, what will be the location. So these things will be mentioned in your script, and that really plays an important role to make a video better or to make the best. All right. So script is the written document that outlines the dialogue, actions, and scenes of a TV program. The next term that we have is B roll. B roll is an additional footage that is used to support the main footage in a TV program. We often use that to cover cuts or the transition that we have mentioned we added in our video. What happens when you film a video, when you shoot a video, maybe it's not up to the mark, or maybe it's not that you expected. So but still we have an option of editing that we do. All right, so whenever we edit, we might have cuts. Your video must be split into many parts because you have the cut in that. Okay, so what is b-roll? B-roll is just additional footage, the additional videos that you mentioned just to hide the transition, to hide the cuts that you have in your video. All right, the next you have is distribution. Distribution is also a stage of production, and distribution is the process of getting a TV program to audiences. It's very important to film a good video. It's very good to have the good outcome. But if you cannot make your program reach to its target audience, then it is not fruitful at all for you. It will be of no benefit. All right. So it's important that you must have your distribution to the target audience. All right. And how can you distribute that? You can distribute that via broadcast on television network. You can stream on online platforms, like we have many OTT platforms available today, like Amazon, we have Netflix, we have Z5, we have other OTT platforms available as well that we can use on our mobile phone. Or also you can have the verbal communication, you have the physical media release, like you can distribute them through newspaper, through the pamphlets, leaflets, and other source of medium. All right, like distribution is, if you are about to launch a movie, there is a release of a movie, we can find that out also in a newspaper that this movie is about to release on this Friday. All right. So these are the things. And in the beginning of the video, we were talking about the genres of the TV program. So, like we mentioned, there were different shows, there were different programs in the initial stage of the television when it was invented. So, there are talk shows, there are reality shows, we have sci fi based programs, we have documentary, and we have news. So, if we talk about them in brief, so talk shows are those shows where people are talking to each other, or among them there is conversation going on. For example, if I am having an interaction with a person who is gynecologist, who is a very good doctor, and I have a specific audience program where people are willing to learn about any disease. It can be PCOD, or it can be about the heart attack, what precautions should we take, or about it can be about anything, any other disease that you are concerned about, for example the COVID virus. All right, so we can have a talk show like that. Also we have a reality shows, we have Big Boss, we have Khatro Ke Khiladi, available on national TV in India. We have other shows like Splitsvilla available on MTV. So these are the reality shows. The sci-fi shows are fiction shows that are based on science. All right, we have seen many movies where science was there and fiction was there. Then we have documentary kind of program. Documentary programs are those programs that is completely based on document, and there is less chances of spreading extra ingredients to get the TRP. TRP is here television rating point that you have, and it is really important equally for every channel. All right. So documentary can be on anything. For example, if there is any case that you might have seen in newspaper, you might have heard, or you might have read in books. For example, the Talwar Hatyakand. So there was a movie that was based on a document. Talwar, that was the name of the movie. All right, Arushi Hemraj Hatyakand story was there. So this is known as documentary. You can also make a documentary on any document. It can be on environment, it can be about the population, it can be about the XYZ kind of topics you can choose. All right, and the major program that we all are aware about is news. Well, news can be defined as news can be northeast, west, south. It means that when we have information coming from the all four directions. All right, so there are multiple definitions given by eminent journalists. So those are news. So these are the basically genres of TV program that we have available on television. All right, so this was it. If you have any queries, suggestions, or anything in your mind, in your heart, so you can mention that in the comment section. It was me, Miss Anamika. I'm working as an assistant professor in the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication at IIMT College of Management. If you want to know anything about this topic that we covered in today's lecture, feel free to comment. Please like the video. Thank you so much.